Hello, good afternoon. Still Pastor Isaac. Today I want us to look at commandment number 9. Thou shalt not bear false witness against your neighbor. You know, there must be something that God had seen in the midst of the Israelites, each and everyone bearing witness or lying to one another because of, so as to benefit from one thing or the other. But let us today look at the spiritual meaning of this now. Jesus called Satan to be the father of all lies. And so it is very wrong for a believer to live in lies. There's no truth in him. A believer who is not truthful, that's not a believer, because Jesus Christ is the truth himself. We remember John 14:6, because Jesus Christ must be the truth. A true believer must be a witness of truth. He must be a witness of truth. That is, living in truthness and spiritual integrity. Yeah, not just living as the normal people of the world. And then, what does this mean? It means to stop misrepresenting others. We stop misrepresenting others. And two, spreading spiritual errors. You know, there are some people who just speak some things when one has heard a rumor somewhere. Then even if that person is a believer, instead of praying or even standing with that person or the rumor that he has heard, then that person takes that information even to others. And it is so unfortunate that some of the things that we hear from believers, you cannot even imagine. Some believers speaking some of the things, either politically, socially, or economically. And then pretending in our works. You know, a pretender, there's a proverb that says that pretenders are worse than murderers. A believer should not be a pretender. So if you're a believer, then remain and stand to be a believer. Don't pretend that you are just a good person who loves God and who, fulfills every godly laws and commands, but be a true believer, standing in the truthfulness as of a believer as Jesus Christ. And then it is living, those people who live in two lives. They are like Thomas, the Didymus. Today they are here, and tomorrow they are there. Today they believe in this, tomorrow they do not believe. And when you ask them, they just lie to you. They give you false information. They don't speak the truth. These are the people that they fall anywhere. And especially like nowadays, money has really decreased. And so you hear people speaking things thinking that this person is a truthful person. But on the other end, is giving a false witness. Is lying to people because of the Church of Christ, because of certain preacher, because of that brother, even some because of their parents, you see, and their own fellow brothers, and things like that. But as believers, we should remain in truthfulness. You better be hated because of truth, but you speak the truth and remain the truth. Do not bear false witness, even to your neighbors or to anyone, because when you do it, you do it to God. God bless you so much. Amen.